All right. All right. Today's episode is brought to you by Gray Block Pizza. Gray Block Pizza at 1811 Pico Boulevard on the way to the beach. Gray Block. Get that hitter. Denver, baby. Back from Denver. And they call it, some people call it Menver. Menver, you know, like they got more men over there. But I saw a good, I definitely saw a decent gaggle of mountain kitten, you know, kind of just scheming about. I saw a lot of beautiful, seemed like a lot of beautiful women over there. I mean, a lot of them were at a distance, could have been, you know, transvestites or wigged men. And there are a lot of wigged men out there. A lot of wonderful people visited the shows. A lot of hill people. A lot of mountainers, you know. You can, you know, you see a lot of people come down. They got different furs on them. Different. In Denver, you don't know. So sometimes you'll see, you'll be petting something. And you'll think it's a Great Dane. And then it'll kind of lift up and it's got a Starbucks. And it's some fella, maybe some fella named Randy or something. And he just had on a fur. You know, you see a lot of crouching Randys or crouching tigers hitting Randys. You know, you think something, it's like, oh, there's a sheep. And it's, oh, that's Vanessa. You know, she was just bending down, picking up something. She dropped her phone. Because people wear exotic furs, a lot of sheep, a lot of seal. You'll see somebody wearing seal fur, seal skin. So you definitely have that wildness out there. A lot of neat people came out. Fat Trish came out. Shout out Fat Trish. Shout out. I met this guy who said that I bummed a cigarette off of him in 2001. So that was pretty cool. My boy Eric came out. Little Doyle. Gay Henry, this dude who was... He just kept increasing the gay amount as the night went on. You got those buddies, you know. You know, at 10 o'clock, they're Brad Pitt at 10 p.m. And by 2 a.m., they fucking ball bag Lancelot. You know, they just, you're like, whoa, we really shifting here. Ronnie, big Ronnie came out with with those buck teeth, respect. And, I think that was about everybody. A lot of people with mountain asthma. A lot of MAs. The mountain asthmatics. And the air, when you get into Colorado, the air has a little bit of... The air just feels thicker. Like it's got shoulders on it. Like that air hit the sides of your lungs. Said, what you doing, boy? What you doing? You better be doing something, boy. It's refreshing. There's something refreshing there. And that's a gift. A lot of places do not have that. But they have it there. And what a beautiful group of people to come on out and enjoy life with. But that's Denver, where the air's got that air is like it's wearing shoulder pads. Hit you. You know, that air's got something in it. It's got something going on. Every breath you take, you can feel that that inhale, that it's got a mother and a father out there. You know, when you inhale the air out there in Colorado, you could feel the wind in the distance. Looking for its baby that you just took off the planet. It's Colorado, man. It's Colorado. And that's a native word, I'm sure. What does it mean? Let me look it up right now, actually. And shout out to all, like, 3 different dudes came out that had Trey Anastasio tattoos on their back, too. And Colorado is of Spanish origin, meaning color red. The name was applied to the Colorado River because of the red sandstone soil of the region. And there you go. So never too late to get some facts. Back in Los Angeles, back from the mountains. Back from it's just really just it's almost like, say you opened up a refrigerator and all that's inside of it is a bunch of nature. And there's a little mountain over there. And a mountain, all a mountain is a mountain is just a bunch of land got together and just said, now what, bitch? You feel me? You know what I'm saying? A mountain is just a gang of land. It's basically MS-13 of dirt. That's all a mountain is, bruh. You know, a prairie looks over at a mountain, or, you know, like a valley looks at a mountain. It's like, damn, these dudes are bullies. That's all it is, man. But shout out everybody, bruh. And I'm back, and we got a lot to discuss, and I'm happy to be here with you, and I really am. Gang, let's go. Year of the Red, baby.
Set me free.
Some Stevie Starlight.
Just don't say goodbye. It's you
and me.
Enjoy the
destination. Nation.
Fantasy.
Come on.
Painted on the wall.
Come on.
It's never too late to come over. Time slips away from you and me now. So don't hesitate to come over.
Why must we wait when we're alive? Why must we wait when we are alive? That's it really, I mean, and that is Stevie Starlight right there. And we'll put the link to Stevie's music into his Patreon, into, you know, he lent us, he allows us to use that song. And he was a guest here early on the podcast. And just if you haven't seen the Stevie Starlight, Come Over is that song. The music video is something exceptional, and it just takes you back to a different time when magic was running around through the world, and even it was barefoot. Good to be here, man, and thank you, Stevie, for that song. It's never too late to come over. Why must we wait when we're alive? Man, that's a good question. Good question. I wait on a lot of stuff. Man, I'm so indecisive. I wait. I always wait. I don't know. Ooh, I don't know if that's what I always do. That's my first thought is maybe next time. Do it next year. I'll go skiing next year. That's what I always tell myself, you know. And then here it's been a couple years since I've been skiing or snowboarding, or even just fell down a hill with ice on it, or even just slipped in a damn parking lot, you know, amongst a group of young men that were mentally unwell. You know, my grandmother, when I was young, I would go up to my grandmother's, and my mom, she made me we had a cat that lived in our neighborhood, and the lady would be gone in the summer. That we watch her cat. This cat named Quagmire was his name. And so when I went up to my grandmother's in the summer, my mom would send that cat up there with me because my grandmother loved cats. And she loved cats more than she loved me, really. She'd pet that cat, and I'd just sit on the other side of the room, just kind of, just looking at my hands, or just, maybe I'd have like maybe a chocolate in my pocket or a marble or something. I'd get it out and look at it and put it back in. And my grandmother would be over there just stroking Quagmire's back. Dude, I remember one time, actually, me and this other boy, we went over to the park, and we could have been homosexual. I don't know. I think we were just children, but we just ended up petting each other's backs like my grandmother did with that cat, with Quagmire, that cat. But that's the romance of being young, is that things can happen, and that, and you just, I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. But, I almost did, and then I just, you just don't know. Good to be here. Just got back to Los Angeles. 5 nice shows in Denver. Man, a lot of wonderful people came out. I see a lot of babies. Chris D'Elia is a comedian. You guys may have heard of him. He's a comedian. He also used to do a lot of like male modeling, I think, in like Estonia, or kind of like a war-torn area. And I'm seeing a lot of people, life rips and these dents, these sweaters, wearing dents and everything. And people wearing them to the shows. And so it's nice to see just that a lot of these, babies are coming over from their stepdaddy's house and coming back to Papa's lair. So it is just really nice. Welcome home. Welcome home. It's never too late to come over, is it? But yeah, I saw a lot of those, a lot of life's rips and dents wears this weekend. Just a great time out there. They had, I got back to Los Angeles, and at the airport, I landed and I was walking, and I thought, wow, the feeling in the air is just different. And it's because, I knew, to me, it was obvious. It was because of the Kobe Bryant death. And I was like, oh, wow, this is, I could just feel it in the air. It was just a little bit just somber, and I think it's just such a reminder to everyone. To me, it was such a reminder of just what a rare gift it is that we're running around with. What a rare, what an opportunity that we have, even if sometimes we don't, and I'm not saying I notice this all the time or that I'm even able to access it, but there's some reason why when a death like of Kobe Bryant, somebody of that magnitude, he was, I was more of a Michael Jordan guy, but I've always been astonished by how beloved Kobe Bryant is and was. One of my college roommates, Jerome, was a huge Kobe Bryant fan. Always was. And we were in Louisiana. Just the Asian. Pick an Asian. And they are a Kobe Bryant fan. Latinos. Dude. Bro, you throw a Kobe Bryant jersey back across the border, at least probably 1,100 people who are climbing over will immediately go back the other way if somebody's going to try to get it. And I don't mean that in any sort of racial way. I'm just saying that Kobe has a huge Mexican fan base. You always see Mexicano guys. You'll see them in the parking lots, man. Shooting baloncesto at night, man. Oh, shoot the 6-pointer. Shoot the 6-pointer, Hector. Wearing Dickies, bruh. You'll have 9 guys on one team, And they're playing another group of guys that probably has 5 guys or 6 or 14 guys on the team. Everybody has on a Kobe Bryant jersey. And one dude, there's one referee, he has no shirt on, and somebody spray painted the number 24 on his back. Or 24. Somebody wrote that across his chest. But yeah, just so beloved, man. I mean, that man was just beloved. And just the tragedy, and you just, since I wasn't a fan, it was tough for me to relate on a way of like, oh man, this basketball player. But once, there was more information about how his daughter was with him, and it was very easy for me to relate on a level of just, man, to be in that situation, to be with your daughter, to feel so helpless, probably. And just what a gift, and it just makes you walking around. It adds a thicker weight to my blood. It's funny. It's like when somebody who seems to be carrying a lot of weight in the world. Because Kobe, Kobe was, loved and hated, it seemed like, by a lot of, hated in the sense that people hated playing him, people hated maybe being on his team, like he was just probably too intense, maybe, for some people. But always, like, seemed to be respected, I don't know, so it was interesting coming back to Los Angeles and getting here and being like, oh, this is, the ground floor of the place that lost him. Yeah, just, real heartbreaking. And it just adds a heavier weight, because whenever someone's, when you have like somebody like that, that's such a hero, and they're gone, then suddenly all of that weight they were carrying, whatever they were holding up, all of that has to settle back in other people's shoulders and other places in the world. All the people they were holding up emotionally, family members, financially, all of that all has to settle. It all has to find other places to rest comfortably. And you can just feel that unrest in the air out here. And it's so scary. It's so scary to think. It's scary to think about death, but then it's even scarier to when the feeling, there's this moment where the thought turns on this, or goes over. It's like this, the thought turns into a feeling in your body. And that's when, for me, I can always have to quit thinking about that sort of thing, or, it just becomes it's too much for your soul to comprehend. The idea of going on to somewhere else, and also how, it's, I believe that there's something beyond this, and I believe that what a wild adventure to walk into the afterlife with your daughter or with your father. And I don't mean that in like a morose way. I just mean that in a way of, that I always believe that there's some bigger plan going on that we can't see. And I would hope that, one day when I go on that, what a gift it would be to go with somebody that you already love, or that has love for you, or just to wander out into this new feeling of yourself. When you leave here, man, I bet you kind of just immediately like void through into this other world, this other, it could be water, it could be something that we don't even know, some viscous type of deal, could be made out of sprinkles, I don't know, it could be some whatever chasm we move into, just to feel your body transposed from one into the next. But to have in your hand, the hand of somebody else, that knowing you're not alone, that's got to be something nice. We had, in the comedy world, there's a comedian, Ari Shaffir, and he had some wild thoughts on the Kobe situation, and some people were not excited about that. I want to play this video that Ari Shaffir put out. You can, if you haven't already heard it, and this was after the helicopter crash. Onward.
There's always a lot of hate, pain in the world, and there's always a bunch of terrible stories. And every once in a while, there's a good story. A good story comes out. A guy who got away with rape got his today. Kobe Bryant is gone. I'm here in Charlotte, the home of the team that originally drafted him. Maybe he wouldn't have raped that chick in Denver if he had stayed in Charlotte with the Hornets. But anyway, the point is, dude, it's
people, that didn't go over well. I'll put that right there. It just didn't go over well with people. Ari also had a tweet. Kobe Bryant died 23 years too late today. He got away with rape because all the Hollywood liberals who attack comedy enjoy rooting for the Lakers more than they dislike rape. Big ups to the hero who forgot to gas up his chopper. I hate the Lakers. What a great day. Hashtag fuck the Lakers. Whew. It's a lot to unpack, I think, in all of that. I personally went through a gamut of thoughts and emotions with it, just like a regular dude, man. And it's funny because the way I thought yesterday about it and the way I thought today about it have adjusted. At first I was just like, man, this is crazy. Is he joking? Is he serious? There were children that died. And so you can't, it's just, that's too much to joke about. It's too much. I was like, it's too much. There was also part of me that was, I had the thought too, whenever, when a lot of people were, really lamenting Kobe, right? I was like, yeah, did he rape someone? That came into my head. I couldn't remember exactly how that had played out in the court system and stuff. But here's a guy that was accused of that. And it went to court, and then there was a settlement. So those are just things that kind of popped into my head, and then once I learned that his daughters and that there was more people involved, his daughter and other young people, and just, for me, it landed in a whole different spot. Now for Ari Shaffir, he's an edgy comedian. That's his whole thing. He's harsh. He is vulgar at times, maybe. I'm not denouncing Ari. I don't believe in this cancel culture stuff. At first I was just shocked. I was like, wow, what is he trying to get attention? Is he, the video, it had he has a little bit of a smirk in it. So it for sure was going to make people irate. It was just, there was too much. He was doing it in front of a picture of other basketball players in Charlotte. There's just so many elements that make it bad, or that make it tough to digest. Let me say that. Especially on a day when he was just beloved by so many people. And then it's interesting because then today, last night, I'm looking at different tweets. Michael Rappaport took Ari to the woodshed, really. He, what did he say? He goes, I want people to see who this piece of shit is. I think it's disgusting. Rappaport went in hard on the dude. He said, meet comedian Ari Shaffir. This is a professional comedian. Hashtag Ari Shaffir, at Ari Shaffir. He was not stoked. Ari got also referred to as a white supremacist. They're racist piece of shit. People went at him. It was funny how it was interesting. It was interesting to see online how the hatred online just started to build and turn over itself, and how it got people called Joe Rogan into it. Like, just how it just kind of became this, like an avalanche, like a hay bale that's somebody pushed over a levee, It became this building thing, this abominable snowman. And then today I'm like, well, it's tough, because if you want to believe in freedom of speech, which we have to have it, then some people are just going to say what they want to say. I don't know Ari's intent on this. I don't know if he's trying to sell tickets in Charlotte. I don't know. People also say this is a character that he does, where he does a lot about, like, when people die. He'll make like a funny video or a funny tweet, or make a tweet trying to make light of a situation under a certain, like, dirty character that he has. Honestly, it's interesting, because if Ari walked into the room yesterday, if he walked in, I'd have been like, dude, what the fuck? What's going on? And I think that's how most people would have been if he in human form would have walked into the room after you had seen the video and read this tweet. But online, it's like this other thing. You can be, people are like saying, I'm going to knock him out right when I see him at the Comedy Store. People are saying, black people, go get this guy. There was definitely a lot of black racial hatred towards him. And from everybody. It was from all directions. It wasn't just black for sure. But, there was like some, black Twitter can be wild. But yeah, I just thought it was some rough timing. It was definitely rough timing, but that had to be what he's going for. That's what he's doing. There's some people that, there's like whatever that Sinus, the insult dog. Remember that guy? The little dog, the puppet. And then there's Ari, the Death Wish Doberman, he wanted all the smoke. And he got it, man. He definitely got it. I just end up thinking that if we're going to... people can say what they want. And they should be able to say what they want. And the repercussions of it are other people are going to react the way they want to. You can't say that people can't say something. Even if you don't agree with it. I can't say, he can't say that. And I don't think that Twitter or any of these platforms should be able to say someone can't say something. The way you learn what works and what doesn't is by trying things out. Now, I don't think that, I don't know if this is him trying something. I'm not saying any of that, but I'm just saying you have to still have that, now he knows how people feel. And that, people get to react the way they want to certain things. That's what it's all about. But I just think it was interesting when I thought to myself, okay, well, he's online saying this stuff. But if you see him in person, I would probably be a lot more human. Like, I'm thinking I would be like, oh, well, dude, what was going on, man? Jeez. I'm like, are you freaking, is it tough to take a nap because your phone is just burning with the hatred of so many people towards you? I guess that's my thoughts on it. You say what you want and you can suffer the repercussions of it, or you can see how other people feel about it. But to say this guy then you just don't go buy it. Then don't buy a ticket if you don't want to see him. Now, some people who's into the dark arts and stuff, they're going to really thrive on this. They might buy a new kitten or something and name it Ari Shaffir. I don't think Michael Rappaport's going to buy one. But, just like anybody, he can say what he wants to, and then people get to react to it, and then that's how you get to say what you want back. So that's really my thoughts on it. I mean, the part that scares me is when they start saying that, oh, take this guy's account away and take this sort of thing. Like, because that's never going to help anything. People still have to be able to say what they want. That's how you learn. That's how you learn. But man, that was a ballsy fucking move, huh? That was just a ballsy, just like, I don't know if I could take all that heat online. I just don't know if I could take all that heat. I got to tell you right now, that Bex is what I put on a lot. I'll put some on right now, bro. Bad boys, what you want? I got on these Bex shades, baby. I got on these Bex shades. And dude, these are nice. Some of them, if you want that polarization, you want to make the world feel like it's really you're in a class of your own, then Bex sunglasses can do that. You want to take care of your eyes. You want to look classy, suave. You want to walk in and just, man, see the ladies go straight into cardiac arrest. Then you need Bex. With the sun the way it is now, with either global warming or just extra sun, you need sunglasses that won't, that aren't going to let that heat get through and laser you down. Bex sunglasses are badass polarized sunglasses and that are tough and clear as hell. I mean, these things are just, whoo. Dude, and they have that, you almost, different pairs make you look different ways. Suave, cool. You look like a ninja on a wedding cake. One of the pairs make you look like a damn ninja at a bakery. Support this podcast. You're going to buy sunglasses, buy them from Bex. Bex sunglasses are light, rugged, polarized, made with luxury materials by the finest craftsmanship in the world. Bex sunglasses perform under the harshest conditions. You could read Ari Shaffir tweets in these. Buy your sunglasses from BexSunglasses.com. That's BEX sunglasses.com and use code Theo for 20% off your entire order, bruh. Bex Sunglasses, BEX sunglasses.com and use code THEO for 20% off your entire order. Summer's coming up. Get Bexy. BexSunglasses.com. Use code Theo. Let's get into a couple questions here. We had a call. Let me hit the hotline as always, 985-664-9503. And RIP Kobe Bryant. I couldn't remember. Michael Landon I've always been a huge fan of. I mean, he was basically the white James Brown. And when he died, man, from cigarettes, it felt like somebody just reached inside of my nuts and just took one of my nuts out. It felt like a lot. But I couldn't remember, when I was young in Covington, Louisiana, they had a boy. We were playing basketball, and this tall, beautiful young black gentleman named Ricardo Jordan. Man, he had a smile. Looked like somebody had just hid two pianos in his mouth. Man, he just had a big, big, big smile. His smile must have been damn 9 inches long. He's about 6'3" or 6'4" in the 8th grade. I mean, the kid was humongous. And we're playing a basketball game, and he fell on the court and he didn't hit his head or anything. He just had like a seizure, just his heart. One of those children that their body was so big and their heart just couldn't do the magic for it. And he left, and that was it. They never brought him back to consciousness. And man, it was, God, that hurt so much when I was young, because to have a child, just someone like I was a child. The atoms that were inside of him were the same atoms that were inside of me. They were, nervous, excited, hopeful energy. And to see that energy just not have the form it had inside of his body anymore. Man, that was so scary as a child. Anyway, I don't mean to harp on it, I'm just trying to think of a tragedy that happened on a national level. I don't know. Maybe, is there a sports hero that I can't think of a different one? What did you guys think of the Ari Shaffir scenario? If you heard anything about it or read about it, or even if you just heard about it at all, what do you think about, when there's an instance like that, people sharing how they feel and if it's too much? People can do whatever they want and you can react to it however you want. Let's take a call. Here we go, right here.
Yo, Theo, this is Kenny Martinez.
What's up, Kenny?
Was one of the guys I got to see you this past weekend in Denver. I just want to call and tell you thank you, man. You killed it. I literally was dying.
Gang shit, baby. Onward.
Like the first 10 minutes into your set, I was like, if he doesn't stop, I'm going to have a heart attack or something because I couldn't breathe.
That's what I'm talking about, boy. They call me that body bagger, dog. You know what I'm saying, dude? You get a body bag. You get a body bag. You get a body bag. Because when the audiences come, baby, I'm sending them home in a to-go box, daddy. That's who I am. Okay? I'm that sweet patat, baby. I'm that stage yam, daddy. I'm that carbohydrate, son. I'm that drip drop. Gang, let's go.
My stomach, my abs were hurting so bad from laughing. Myself and my girl were there, and we were both cracking up. It was funny as hell. I just wanted to call and tell you, one, thanks for the show, and the show was great. My girl actually got those tickets for us because she knows how big of a fan I am of yours, and I was telling her one day, I was like, hey, Theo Vaughn's coming to Denver, he just announced, and I swear to you, not even 2 minutes later, I was sitting in the kitchen. She came out. She goes, I just bought us tickets, VIP tickets. We're going to get to meet him. So,
well, she sounds like a sweet lady, man. And I'm very grateful that you guys came out and were a part of my weekend as well. So you guys take care of it there and stay off that altitude. Did you get up on that altitude? That's free dope. That's free dope out there. People, you get off the plane, you're 2,000 feet up in the air. In Denver. Like, what the hell? I'm used to a plane takes you all the way to the ground. Hey, plane. You drop me off at about 1,100 feet. Okay? I know we're at the airport, but you built this whole city on the top of a hill. So that altitude is wild, man. You can't even, in strange stuff, you can't even get a spoon into a bowl of soup. You're like, damn, what? Supposed to be cream of mushroom. Thank you for coming out, man. Onward. Let's take another call here. Here we go.
What up, Theo? This is Cross from Oklahoma. I went to go see your show at the Tower Theater when you were here, and it was amazing.
Oh, thank you, brother. Yeah, in Oklahoma, man, it's a beautiful area over there. And one of the managers at the Comedy Store, this gentleman, Curtis Nelson, is an Oklahoman. And he's probably one of the top 60 or 70 decent men I've known. Onward.
And I'm sitting here watching this past weekend at my house, and I'm just curious. You give a lot of credit to your higher power, and to be honest, you sound like, the way you talk, you sound like you believe in Jesus, you believe in God. So I was just wondering, how come you don't say God whenever you say your higher power? Or do you just not believe in necessarily God and that there is just a higher power? Anyways, man, keep doing you. Gang, gang, brother. Love you.
Gang, gang, bro. Love you back, playboy. Sometimes I say higher power. My God isn't like a real name maniac. Some gods is a real name maniac, Call me this, call me that, call me Henry, But, I believe in God, man. And I know some people don't. That's fine with me. I think God is a personal choice. And for me, I think I need a God. I don't do the best job of believing in him sometimes. I know a lot of times I do my own will, but I just think it's taking a chance, man. It's taking a chance to believe in God. To say that there's something out there. Because sometimes in my brain, I don't want the best for myself. As sad as that is to say, or as hard as that is to say sometimes, sometimes I don't want, I'll just either just be feeling depressed or just not good or just, I don't know, or just, sometimes I don't want the best for myself in some ways. I can't even explain it really. Sometimes it's easier for me to expect not good things to happen because then I'll be able to say, oh, I told you so, It's easier for me to expect, to try and I don't know. Exactly. I know what I'm trying to say. It's just sometimes it's hard for me. It's been hard for me this past year to really connect to some of my feelings. But I believe in God, man. I believe in a higher power, and it's a God of my understanding, and I believe that you can have your own relationship with God. I believe that. And for me, I'm glad that it's there because it's fascinating to me sometimes that even when I don't care about, sometimes when I don't care about myself, or I don't have the strength or the, it's amazing to believe that somebody does. That something out there really does want the best for me. And that, to me, that's God. I believe that God wants the best for me. And that's scary to think, really. Because a lot of my life, I think growing up and, just in my, and I'm not feeling sorry for myself right now. I'm not being hard on myself. I'm just trying to share my feelings and talk on something. I'm not having self-pity right now. I'm just trying to share my feelings. Believing in a higher power is scary, I think. It's risky. And most of my life, I felt like God didn't care. I felt like God didn't care about me, if I'm real honest. Or it was just way easier for me to admit to myself, to say to myself, oh, God doesn't love me, God doesn't love me. But the older I get and just the more just little blessings that I see, it could be a smile in somebody, it could be somebody answering the phone when I called them, somebody who I don't even think. I don't know, man. It could be times even when I don't want to spend time with someone and I choose to because I know it's what they need. Not trying to say that in a selfish way, but just, I don't even want to make the choice, be like, oh, to do that. And then something will come over me and say, oh, no, I need to do this. It's not about me. Yeah, and there's just too many of those coincidences eventually where, I just have to admit that I believe that there's something out there that wants to see me, that wants me to know that it loves me. And that's, because a lot of my life I felt either unloved or unlovable. Or I just felt like I didn't care about others. I don't know. I don't know, man. A lot of it's a new relationship for me, and it's one that I'm trying to just try my best with. And I don't have any of the answers. But for me to believe that something that doesn't even know me really has always loved me, like really loved me, man, like loved me no matter what I did. You know, that's, to me, that's pretty, that's a power stronger than anything I could do. So I kind of don't know what I'm talking about, but I say my God because I think that different people have different gods. Different people have their own gods. I don't get into God fights. That's not my thing. You know, and also, I don't know, man. I have no idea, but I appreciate you calling and asking. And be good, bro. Be good out there, you know. You know, sometimes it's just it's so hard for me sometimes to love somebody else, man. You know, I'll use my care, like my ability to care about others. I use that in relationships. You know, I've used that before as like a weapon sometimes. Like I've kept my care away from somebody. Like even though maybe I love somebody, I kept my care. I use my care as like a weapon. Like, oh, you know, I would love to one day be able to be at a place where my love and care for others isn't on a scale type of basis, you know, isn't on any type of exchange basis at all. You know, or that I don't like, I mean, I would love to be able to, you know, I think that one day I would like to be able to love somebody no matter what. You know, because that's how I would like to be loved, probably by someone. And I've never really been able to do that shit. I never really have felt examples of that and stuff growing up. And look, I'm not having self-pity. I'm not fucking down in the dumps right now. I'm not being hard on myself. I'm just trying to share things that I think are things that I'm thinking about. You know, I know I'm hard on myself a lot. People always come up to me at the show, man, don't be so hard on yourself. I know I am. You know, sometimes it's the only way that I've ever known to be, dog. No better time to talk to you about Blue Chew. Look, I'll tell you this, man. I was talking to somebody this weekend and they were saying, hey, boy, what about them D pills, you know? What about them meat pellets, Daddy? You riding with them or are you dying with them, son? Because I'm ride or die. I'll tell you this. Blue Chew is a legitimate wiener upper. That's right. Remember the days when you were ready to go? Remember that? Oh, I remember I'd hear two cars, crash into each other down the street and I'd get an erection, bro. I'd hear somebody throw a dodgeball and just bounce off a fat kid's stomach and I'd get just straight up, son. I'd get that Indiana bones in my whip, you feel me? Now you can increase your performance and get that extra confidence in bed. BlueChew.com. That's blue, like the color blue, and chew, CHEW.com. The first chewable with the same FDA-approved active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis. Look, support the podcast. Get your dick well. Try something new. You got a husband. You got a lover. You got a gay lover. Do something right. Women, take them. You go order them. Get your tits all hard and stuff. Do something special. Get your toes. You can't even bend them. Do 2 Blue Chews and you can't even freaking move. You can't even bend your knees and your legs anymore. They're going to have to put you in the back of the van, you know. You can take them anytime, day or night, even on a full stomach. Yeah, dude. Now, I would not suggest banging on a full stomach. Jeepers. I say wait 30 minutes. You know, sex is like swimming, really, for your wiener. If you could benefit from more confidence where it counts, Blue Chew is the fast and easy way to enhance your performance. And right now, we got a special deal for our listeners. Visit BlueChew.com and get your first shipment free when you use our special promo code Theo. Just pay $5. That's easy, guys. Try it out. They work. I've taken them. I'll tell you, the first time I had one, I was somewhere performing. I think maybe out there in Laramie, somewhere out there in, could have been in Willamette over there. Maybe in South Washington. And a man gave me one after the show. He said, hey, Daddy, get that. Treat your hand to a nice night. And I did it. And I had it. And it was great. Again, that's BlueChew.com, promo code Theo, and try it for free. Blue Chew is the better, cheaper, faster choice. And thank you guys for sponsoring the podcast, Blue Chew. And young fellas, get that meat rocky, baby. Gang. Some dates I have coming up. I will be at Las Vegas this January 31st and February 1st this weekend. I will be at the Hollywood Improv February 6th. That's sold out. Oroville Casino February 15th. You want to do something nice for Valentine's Day weekend? Quit thinking about it. Don't go out on the 14th. Go out on the 15th. Make it easier, less traffic, and come and see your boy. Then I'll be in Red Bank, New Jersey on the 27th, and the theater at MGM National Harbor on February 28th. We may be adding a show in Richmond or in Virginia Beach. I'm not sure. Also, I'll be in Toronto from February 20th to the 22nd, and we may be adding a show there as well. Let's take a few more calls. This came in from Patreon. Kim Chickens. That's a cute name, Kim Chickens. KC or SF? You know I'm going with Kansas City, boy. And shout out to my friend Glenn Washington, who lives over there in San Francisco. And I respect the Bay. I like what they're doing over there, but I'm going with Kansas City. They've been through it all. They got, they play outdoors. For that reason alone, they play outdoors. The Chiefs, baby. Christian Okoye. All right. Who else did they have, dude? Shit, I don't remember, bro. I'm going for the Chiefs. There you go, Kim Chickens. Jordy Tournay. Should Breeze hang it up? Breeze is the bee's knees, but he's getting up there. What do you think, gang? Jordy, it's such a tough one because it's interesting. At a certain point, it's like, what do you owe the player as a city and as a franchise? I didn't like the one thing I did not like about Kobe Bryant as a player was when he went on that last season and he went to all the different places and he just kind of, it just seemed like, what's going on here? They tanked their whole season. They're not really going to do anything. He's kind of hobbled. It was almost like the whole season was just a parade for him to go around and have one last season. But it makes you wonder, did the franchise owe that to him? Did basketball owe that to him? What do we as fans, do you just sit for a season and watch somebody who you may not think can be their best? I think the Saints could have won this year. They could have done better. All they had to do is have a little bit better offensive line, and then if they give them the ball to Latavius Murray heading there into the playoffs. But they didn't do that. So is it Breeze? He threw for, I think, 72% pass completion percentage this year. I don't know if you're going to do better with Taysom Hill, if you're going to do better with Teddy Bridgewater. I don't think you are. But when teams start to realize he can't throw deep, I think it's going to be up to him. I wonder him going to the Pro Bowl and seeing all the athleticism of those other guys out there, if that makes him feel some type of way. Spending a summer with his children and watching his boys play flag football like you see on his Instagram. Does that settle in him in a place where this is what's more important, or, I've had a great run, or I don't believe he's the type of man that would come back unless he really felt like he was going to add a lot of value. He strikes me that way as a human. But also, what do I know, bro? What else do we have here? Let's take another more. Matt Nichols. What's one way you suggest a person can better themselves? You're constantly listening to the hotline and reading the listeners' questions. Does this help when evaluating yourself and evolving emotionally? One thing, man, that I've realized is that it's a constant battle. It's a constant battle. And by listening to different people's calls and reading the emails and messages, the one thing that's heavy in me a lot of times is just that reminder. When I don't want to do something, when I don't want to do that, I don't want to, go feed that animal or do this or do that or clean out the gutter. When I don't want to, when I don't want to go get the Frisbee and throw it to the neighbor or whatever. When I don't want to go for a run or I don't want to take care of myself. I think, man, there's a lot, I have to do it. There's a lot of people that, not that are counting me or anything, but there's a lot of people that I try to say, hey, you can do it. So that kind of, it reminds me, it's just like having constant reminders. Yeah, and that's why I say this whole show's a lot of times like a give and take. We just kind of keep sharing it back and forth. And sometimes you guys, sometimes somebody needs some support. Sometimes I need some support. And we all just sometimes, because we're all just so much the same, really. So one thing that keeps me motivated and going a lot of times is trying some contrary action. Like when I got home today from Denver, dude, I got off the plane. I got home, I did not want to go for a run. And instead of just living in that, I said, whoop, put on my shoes, I'm going. Dude. And when you don't want to, it's hard. But then it gets easy. And then that's where you start to break down change that muscle of I don't want to. Because that's just a feeling. Because really, I do want to. Really, I do. Alaskan Rock Vodka said, what plans have you got for Patreon this year? That's a great question, man. Well, for one, try to answer more Patreon questions. Try to put out some Patreon-specific episodes. What else? We'll probably do a couple guests that will just be on Patreon. And maybe do a behind the scenes of some moments that you don't get to see in other places. Maybe some outreach calls or something like that. If you guys have certain suggestions, let me know. I would love to do something special for Patreon at the shows, when we're at the shows. All right, let's take another call right here. Here we go.
Hey, Theo. This is Jimbo from Flint, Michigan.
What's up, Flint? What's up, big Jimbo out there in Flint, boy? That freaking, that mud sipper, baby. That dirty water bad boy. That backsplash hitter, gang.
Currently live out here in Los Angeles, down here in Playa Vista. But really what I want to do is just thank you, man, for the past 3 episodes that you had a guest on. You've made a Flint, Michigan reference. And every morning I wake up, I say a prayer to the Lord, thank Him for, letting me live the life that I live. And I ask Him to show me a sign that I am living the path that I'm meant to walk down. And I asked Him to show me a sign, and sure enough, without fail, as I'm cruising to work or cruising around, picking up the old lady, you always throw out a reference to Flint, Michigan, and that's it. I know I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, living the life that I'm supposed to be living, and I just want to say, you know what, I really appreciate it, man. If you ever want to get into the nitty-gritty about the city, Flint, Michigan, just give me a shout.
That sounds good. I appreciate that, Jimbo. And I look, bro, I grew up with my boy Daniel, dude, and you know him, bro. I mean, he could do all kind of wild stuff. He's the kind of dude, he used to have some of the older men, he'd have them take hits off of cigarettes and blow the smoke into his ear. And then he would open up his eyes and they would be pitch black. And I don't know how he did it. And he would take, speaking of Flint, Michigan, he would take that hot hose hit, baby, And And that's when you put your mouth on the hose and then you go have somebody turn it on while it's been sitting there all spring just baking in the sun. And you get that first freaking, you get that first douche, bruh, right into your throat. Just everything that's in there, dog. Just the past and the present and all the risks and things that just was in your house and flowed right out and just stuck in that green hose, bruh. And sometimes he would even go that light green hose. That was the shady one. Remember that one? That light green hose? But your boy Daniel, bro, he makes his own choices, you know. And when he got that hot hose hit, bro, that, you know. So every time I hear about Flint, you guys over there drinking dirty water and, you know, making soup in the bathtub and all of that. You guys doing wild shit. I mean, it's like damn Noah's Ark over there. You know, you guys over there drinking fucking, you know, soil Kool-Aid and all of that and being wild and being naughty. I think it's beautiful, bro. You know, it's like our own little Nairobi right here in Michigan, man. Shout out. Gang, bro. Be safe out there, Jimbo. You and the old lady, bro. Gang. Let's take a call right here. Maybe this will be our last one today. I do not know.
Hey, Theo. This is Alejandro from DC. I just wanted to...
¿Qué pasó, Alejandro? Mi amigo, gracias por el teléfono. Telephone call in. Telefono llamada. That means telephone call. So...
I'll let you know, man, I'm a huge fan, and every time I see your podcast, you know, there's always people calling, but they're always white. There's always white guys, a few here. Out of like 100 people, it's like 4 of them are black, you know. I'm gonna let you know that a lot of us Hispanics fucking love you too, bro. Fucking
igual, bro. Igualmente, papa.
Gang, man, I fucking love you. Thank you.
Thank you, man. That's sweet of you to say, dude. You know, I notice a lot of similarities. I notice a lot of things in Hispanic culture that really are attractive to me, man. In my heart, you know, in mi corazón. You know, Latinos, like, family is really, really important. You know, hard work. You know, some of the hardest working women that I see. Man, it's really, I mean, this brings a tear to my eye almost. Especially in Los Angeles, in this area, are Mexican women. And I'm not saying there's not hardworking white women out there. I'm not saying any of that. Or I'm not saying there's not hardworking black women out there. You know, I just see a lot of, actually it could be any hardworking woman. You know, but you see a lot of, you know, you just see, I see a lot, in Los Angeles, I see a lot of those mothers, you know, getting off the bus with their kids or, you know, the husband getting and dropping them off real early, you know, because they're one vehicle families. You know, I just see a lot of love, dude. There's a lot of love in that community. And I see it, man. You know, and I think when somebody from another, like, ethnicity or culture, like, shows you love, I mean, it's crazy. It just shows the power of love, man, because to think that somebody's like, oh, man, dude, I support you. You know, you don't look like me. You know, you don't sound like me. But I believe that, you know, our heart is the same color, you know. Yeah, I don't know. There's just something, I don't know, a lot of those women, they just remind me of, when I see a lot of Latino women out there working hard, it reminds me of my mother. You know, or maybe a mother that I wish I had. I don't know, man. There's something about, yeah, I don't know. I love the culture, man. I love the language. My father, when I was young, you know, he would talk to some of his friends and they would sit there and talk in Spanish. And and he was so happy, man. I think that was one of the times that really I guess I hadn't thought about it really that much, but that was one of the times my father was just so happy when he was talking in Spanish and just laughing. You know, and he liked to show people that he could talk in Spanish, you know. Just because he grew up in Central America till he was 12 and then he moved, but I think he just always had that, you know, he always just had it in his heart. So yeah, I don't know, maybe some of it's an homage to my father, you know. If anything, all this does is make me want to work harder to learn Spanish. But thank you for the nice message, dude. Thank you for the nice message, bro. You know what I'm saying, dude? Okay. Let's take another call right here, man. We'll take one more. Gang shit.
Yo. Theo, this is Jeff, a.k.a. Lil Water Socks.
What's up, Water Socks, dude? And is that, I don't know if that's Native American or not, but let me hear more, Jeffrey.
Calling from Palm Bay, Florida. First, my daughter and I were talking and said, we're going to be pretty mad if you don't come back as Uncle Baby Billy's son in the second season of Righteous Gemstones. I think that'd be fire.
Well, look, one thing you can do is go send a DM to Jody Hill on Instagram and tell him that I'm ready, okay? Because I am. Onward.
But, yeah, so I'm 36. I rap, and sometimes I feel like maybe it's not as cool to be a 36-year-old rapper as it would be to be, like, in a band or maybe in a stand-up, you know, comic. Just wondering, is that weird? Like, what do you guys think? Is it weird to be a quote-unquote unsuccessful rapper still rapping? I love it. I mean, I have a good job. I make cheerleading music, actually, for a living. But, you know, that feeds the kids and all that. But, you know, I have this little passion on the side. Doesn't get too much love, but...
Put that shit out, bro. Put that shit out. Put on a mask. Put some horns on the side of your head. Do a rap. Do an album, dude. You know, you making cheerleading on the side. If you got to do that, get that money. Get that shoot the three. Shoot the three money. But then cut that shit at night, bruh. Put the kiddo to bed, son. And drop that dark magic, dog. You know what I'm saying? Soundproof that little bitch's crib and drop that dark magic. Because guess what ain't suave, bruh? A 37-year-old rapper. 38-year-old, 51-year-old. Franklin over there. Dropping albums. Bitch, you ain't doing shit, Frankie. Okay? So 36, you on that cusp, daddy. You on that cusp, bro. Because let me tell you this, man. Drop it now. Drop that heat now. Because at 37, 38, people are just going to think you some kind of wild wigger, bro. To be honest with you, and no disrespect. Every man who's 36 thinks they're a rapper. So show that work, bro. Get something out there. Get the children out there. Do the cheerleaders. Get something out there. Do that shit. Boys to Men. Remix it. Blind Melon, bro. You know what I'm saying? Acid bath. Do something sexy, son. But not around the children. Do your own shit. Put a mask on. You know what I'm saying? Drink a bunch of glitter and vomit on your cousin, dog. And then put on the laser lights, boy. But do something, bro. Because the further you get, 37, 38, you're just going to be like kind of a wigger type of dude. 40, 50. Bruh, 50 years old, you a rapper, dude? You're going to be living outside of a gas station, Papa. So I respect the hustle, bruh, but I want to see that muscle, daddy. Gang shit. Oh, thank you guys so much. We got one more call here.
Hey, Theo, what's up, man? I got a little concerned to run past you. I got a brother, and he's just recently come across some meat that my sister give to him, and she's actually a truck driver.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about, dude. That's just family meat, man. Onward.
And so she gets a lot of exotic meat throughout the Midwest, and she offloaded a couple of pounds of ostrich to my brother, and you know he's been eating it every day, and it's kind of like keto. Kind of like he has a 10-minute picture of it every day. It's just a little weird, and I'm wondering what's your idea of that, man? Like truck driver wild bird meat, you know? Do you think it might be going to his brain a little bit? Anyways, man, thanks. I hope you're doing good.
Thanks, brother. Back at you, man. Oh, I think if you have a little bit of stretch, brother, ain't nothing wrong with you. You know, there ain't nothing wrong. You wake up in the morning, have a couple eggs, and a hit of stretch. You know? Not everybody gets to have ostrich. So maybe, you know, you should, you know, your brother's lucky to have that delicacy, baby. You know, some people, they say you can't eat this and you can't eat that. And I say this, watch me. Okay? Unless you're going to come by my house and stand by my plate, I might have a little something. Okay? Sometime I might have me a little cut of hawk. All right? I might have me a little basket of, or half, I might have me half a basket of seal nuggets. All right, y'all don't tell me what I can have and what I can't. Y'all never know. I might have a little bit of canary brittle before I shut it down for the night. I might have some adolescent back ribs. I might bring a 9 in the joint and have a Popeye's chicken sandwich, okay? I might have something rare. I might have a little bit of, I might have some Doberman on brioche. Or some carp tarts, or some goldfish fillets with a little bit of reindeer remoulade drizzle. Everybody has different desires. So if you got a little bit of stretch over there, if your lady's visiting another man and dropping off a little bit of that freaking long neck O meat to him, well, more power to him, bro. That's family. You know, what I hate the most is when my sister drives past my house and don't bring me shit. So thank you for calling, man. And I hope everybody out there drops off some rare meat to somebody that they love. You know, life is a gift. And I believe that, man. And man, I've been having a tough time with it. But that's okay. Today is a new day. And tomorrow is a new day. And sometimes, man, I know my day can be good and I don't even want it to. I don't even want to make it good. You know, sometimes I don't even want to. It's like I want to hold on to the anger, you know. I want to hold on to, I just want to, because if I do that, then it gives me, it's like, hey, don't you see I'm angry? Something's wrong. I'm angry. Man, it's hard to just say, hey, everything's okay. It's really, you have to really trust the world like that. It's a journey, man. It is a journey. You guys, thank you so much for being a part of this past weekend. As always, you can hit the hotline, 985-664-9503. Call in with what's going on with you. Call in with what isn't going on with you. If you have thoughts or reactions to something we discussed today on here, share them. You know, if you're in some pain, man, share it up. You know, and we can beat it. I believe that we can beat it. You guys be good to yourselves, man. You deserve it, you know. And I believe that. I'm gonna go out kind of a somber tune, but I'm feeling sometime kind of somber, you know, and that's okay. I'm managing it, and it's organized somberity. And this is Evan Bartels out of, I believe, Nebraska, I want to say, or it could be out of Missouri. Oh, man, I hate that I have not remembered that right now. But a beautiful song here, The Devil, God, and Me.
There's a great big world waiting right outside. Mother, may I raise my voice? Do we the people have that choice? And Mother, may I rest my head? Though I did not try my best. Mother, may I sip the wine? Though I did not tend the vine. Oh, death, you can come for me. Oh, death, but you can't comfort me. Well, devil, I do have your name stuck in my ear, and I'm to blame. No, I beg you, let me be. Devil, you ignore my plea. The crown of lies I wear in shame. What I would give to try again. Oh, death, you can come for me.
Evan Bartels.
Oh, death, but you can't comfort me.
The Devil, God, and Me. You can check that out. We will put the link there on the YouTube.
Well, Jesus, may I have your grace?
Man, it's powerful, brother.
Jesus, though I hide my face, and will you cast my doubts away? Take my sins down to the grave. If there is hope, then let me see. There is life for those like me. Oh, death, you can come for me.
Keep going, man. If you got this, man. You got this, man.
Oh, death, Lord, but you can't comfort me. Yeah. Oh, death, you can come for me. Oh, death, how you can comfort me. Oh, death, I will conquer thee.
something powerful, man, when that hits you, man. There's something powerful in a song, you know. It's like it can rearrange all the pieces inside of you and make them into something that feels completely different than where you were at the beginning of it. And that's captivating, man. It's like a surgeon. You know, it's like a construction worker, man. Music is. I mean, it's just non-invasive surgery to just go into, to get into me, man. That song right there by Evan, man, it gets into me. Mother, may I rest my head, though I did not try my best. Man. And that right there, I mean, that's the power of a mother, a family. You know. No matter what you do or how well you do it, that you're okay here. Oh, that's a love without judgment. You know, I hope to be able to love that way one day myself, I think. But, and I'm not being hard on myself. I'm just thinking, man. I'm just trying to think and feel and be alive. You know, I want to get all the feels out of this life if I can, bro. Gang shit, dog. You guys be good, man.